Hey guys! What's up? I'm filming for you today this green and yellow eye with some plum accents just because I had a large amount of requests for a yellow green eye, and I also wanted to dive into some ColourPop things that I got. So basically the two palettes I'll be using the most are going to be Element of Surprise by ColourPop and Anastasia's Subculture. I love these. They're so good. I only got to use a little bit from this, but obviously I'm obsessed with Subculture. I use it on the reg, like maybe daily, but just because the assortment is so nice. My 2 cents on it, I know that it was a huge kind of like controversy when it first came out. I love this thing, guys. I love it. It's so pigmented. Yeah, you have to be kind of careful, and like you'll see me when I'm like doing this eye, like the amount of product I'm using is so minimal, but other than that, it's freaking bomb. I love my girl Anastasia, okay? So we'll jump in. I skipped the face stuff. If you want to see me do my face routine, I think the prior video to this has that all done for you, but this is just going to be mainly eyes, so we'll zoom in and get started. I don't know what I was thinking. I wanted to put blush and highlight in front of you guys, so I'm using Between the Sheets from ColourPop. I'm feeling very ColourPop-y lately, and I love this blush. It's so neutral, and like you got barely anything on. And then I'm going to take Wisp Super Shock highlighter from ColourPop as well and use that as my highlight. It's a little dark, so I topped it with some Champagne Shimmer from NYX. It's a Bright Idea highlighter stick. But I didn't show that. But I am putting that Chardonnay shimmer highlighter stick on my nose and my Cupid's bow and all that good stuff. And I just like to kind of finesse it on there with a brush, and then I even add the stick on top because like it just gives you more pigment. Then I'm adding my MAC Pro Longwear pressed powder all over the skin. It doesn't add any coverage, just sets for longevity and just like keeps everything in place. Ignore that monster zit on my forehead. We're going to get started on the eyes. So I'm picking up my Anastasia Subculture palette and going in with Edge and a Juvia's Place blending brush and just starting to focus that on the outer corner of the eye and extending it just so it gets a little bit of an elongated shape. And I'm using very slight pressure. And I'm going over with a little blender brush too, just to make sure that there's no heavy concentration of product. And I'm going to take that same Juvia's Place brush and run it under the eye with that same edge color. And I like to carry it low. You definitely do not need to, but I like to do that. It gives me life. And you'll end up with some kind of shape like that. You know, both your eyes are a different shape a little bit, so don't worry if they're not like super symmetrical, but as long as they both kind of mimic the same shape, it'll still look good in the end. Next, I'm going to take Destiny from that same Subculture palette and use a smaller brush. I think I switched to the Sigma E25 instead of this one, and focus it on the outer corners just so we get some nice depth and like some olive green thrown in there. I like to use more like a yellow based green when I'm using yellows, because it just, when you use like a blue based green, it doesn't really mesh as well. And this way also, if you want to use an olive green, the yellow just creates like a nice transition for it. And then I'm going to run that color under the eye. I'm going into the Untamed, and honestly guys, like I did not see a big difference when I put Untamed on. Yeah, I would have skipped this, TBH. It was like, there's really no big deal. I'm running it also under my eye close to the lash line too. Then I'm going into the ColourPop Element of Surprise palette and picking up this color Silk Streets, I think that's what it's called. And then blowing that out of my inner corner. I love to do this. I love having a dark inner corner. It just suits me so well, guys. And I think you should definitely try it out if you haven't. Although you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. But I love connecting this nice plum color with the yellow. You want to be very cautious with it so it doesn't get muddy. And running it under the eye too, a little bit under the tear duct. And just kind of packing it on there with that same little just dome brush, I guess. I'm going to take Edge and run that all over the lid with my Smith brush. I forget the number. But it's also just packing onto the lid. Then taking the color Axis from Subculture and using a pencil brush to put that in the outer V. And just kind of smudging it out with my pencil brush just so it's like focused and concentrated. And then using my bigger brush to blend it out. Then I'm going in with Over the Moon Super Shock highlighter from ColourPop as well. Oh, I love this. I'm putting this on the inner corner with this little Morphe brush, just on top of that plum. Having that dark base underneath it really brings out the color. It makes it a lot more interesting and a little bit stormier. And I love the contrast between the two. I think it's really nice. It gives it a nice pinky purple and just like aids that plum into not turning just like very bland. But I am going to run the over the moon color under my brow bone, but you see how on top of regular skin, it just doesn't pick up as nicely as it does on top of a dark base. So, lessons to live by me, okay? And yeah, I'm satisfied with how that looks. I think it's really nice. We're going to zoom out and finish this off. I'm going in with this Smashbox gel liner, I think it's called Baller, and running it through my waterline. It's just a really nice stay all day teal pencil, so I like that it goes with the kind of like turquoisey greens. Then I'm taking NYX Baked Blush in Terracotta, and I love this. I'm rediscovering my love for it. It's a beautiful to like just warm bronzy color, so it doesn't add a lot of pink. And I really love how that turns out with this look, where it doesn't like take a lot of, you know, color away from the eyes. Obviously that's our focus. But I am going to add some gloss that is Softly Lit by MAC, my like all-time favorite nude. It literally is just like a nice creamy nude color. It doesn't really add a lot of tone, but it just makes the lips look super full. And that's it. I love this look. Super easy. And I hope you guys like it. And look out for my next one. Subscribe before you leave. Bye.